What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Burndown YouTube channel. If you've been following along, you know that we roached the transmission in the Twinnebago, and this was one that I had actually sitting on the floor. I was thinking of using in the Malibu, but it turns out it's a four-wheel drive unit, so this is much better served. We can rebuild this, swapped out the toasted transmission in the Twinnebago, and be back in action. But I need to take some parts out of here, send them to my buddy Ryan Jans over in Florida, so he can work some magic on them, and then I got to assess the damage of the parts and things like that and see what this thing actually needs. I know nothing about it, so we're going to learn together. I do have a section, I do have a section on here where I rebuilt Power Glide, and we're not going to do the same thing with this as I did with the Power Glide. So in the Power Glide videos, I was showing people kind of step by step and how to go through it, how to do it. I don't have any clue on how to work on this thing. There's a lot more pieces and parts in here. I'm going to take my time and just go through it. If there's any like pointer stuff or things that I learn, I'll kind of show you guys along the way. But mainly it's going to be you guys watch me stumble through building this. So if you build transmissions, you have knowledge of this, you see me doing stuff wrong, please reach out and say, hey dude, you're doing it wrong. And I will just double, triple check all the stuff that I'm working on. But I do have the book on this, which I will show you guys. So that will help guide me. So if you guys are trying to pull a fast one and just tell me I'm doing stuff wrong, I can refer to this. So don't try to pull a fast one. So ASTG, and you can see I bought this thing in preparation to do the Malibu transmission. So I want to put an overdrive that has a Power Glide in it now. I want to put an overdrive in it for race week. And then since we toasted the one in the Bago, this will be good practice. It's not going to be as involved. I don't think we're not putting real hot rod parts or anything in this thing. We're just doing some modifications, so hopefully it holds up a little bit better than a completely stock junkyard 4L80E that I have in the Bago now. So maybe we get around to the boom transmission. If I feel a bit better, we can kind of do like an instructional type deal. But for now, we're just winging it. I haven't even watched videos on how to take this apart or anything. So let's stumble through it, have a little bit of fun, do some exploring. My goal is to get the pump out valve body off, which should be pretty straightforward. But you never know. I don't know what I'm getting myself into. And then I was talking, I think yesterday's video, I was like, man, I gotta get some rags before I open this thing and make a big mess. And I went on Amazon, I was looking at rags and I was gonna buy some stuff, and I was like, you know what? I found where they had old t-shirts as rags. I'm like, man, I have so many t-shirts. So I just went through my closet and grabbed a bunch of stuff and threw some of my drawers. But look at this stuff. So some of this stuff is stuff that I actually wear, which is hilarious, to work on things like this shirt. Look at this thing. So a little welding damage, right? And then I'll put this thing on and then come out here and work in it. And then my wife, if I put it in the hamper, she'll just wash it because she's a trooper. So I was like, I should probably just turn things like this into rags. And then when I run out of shirts, I could just wear other ones or get, you know, new ones. So these are about shirts I'm not going to wear anymore. And I have a whole closet full of other stuff that's just piled up in there. So that's a pro tip for today. Go through your closet, grab some stuff you don't wear. I think it'll make good rags. We're gonna find out. Let's dig into this thing. All right, I went over and just grabbed standard power tool stuff, and then it's kind of funny. So this is my Harbor Freight socket set, and I finally lost my 10mm. So this is my backup 10mm. So I might have to, I don't know if they sell them separately, but yeah, it's gonna be time for a new 10mm, which I'm sure is on here. So let's stumble through this, flip it over, pull the pan off, and hopefully not make too big of a mess, and then we'll kind of look inside, and I'll bring you guys over and we can look at it. But let me flip it up and get rolling, and hopefully we got a decent unit over here. Flip it this way because there's electronics on that side, so I'll flip it this way if I don't blow my sack out trying to move it or smash my fingers or watch your fingers, boys. Oh, look at that. Are these 10s? Oh, they're trying to trick me already. All right, this is where we make Puddle Royale. Oh no. Wah, wah. All right, honest power. This is how you know the video is going in the right direction. When I pull out the 1/2-inch air gun to take off pan bolts. Say hello to my little friend. Hey, NASCAR. spot. Oh, there's the juice. I'm gonna get a job in NASCAR after this, boys. You guys see that skill set? Let's keep it rolling. This one I thought was gonna be cool. And things flying willy-nilly. So some of this is probably water and some other crap, who knows. I got this from a core spot. This is gonna be. Woo! Look at that. This is why I need the rags. Oh no. Oh no, where are you going? Where are you going, mess? Where are you going, mess? That's what I thought. Nowhere. Ha! Alright. So, I'm gonna say she's looking pretty good, man. So the truck I got this out of, it looked like it was actually a runner and this was attached to it. When I saw it, I'm like, oh, I need that transmission. And then look in here. We look good, boys. Look at that. Nothing stuck to this dog. My guys punched a hole in the pan for me, so I'll have to get another pan or just weld that up. Maybe I have one. I don't know what pan I have on the deal. I don't know if that's a stock gasket, but it looks like maybe this thing was serviced. I doubt that's stock. But all in all, you know, there's not a lot of, this is normal stuff. You know, nothing chunky, nothing outrageous. Some of the stuff over here is probably from it being open. But yeah, Danny likey. So let me stumble through and pull off some more parts and we'll see how we go. Yeah. I have no idea what I'm doing, but let's get the bottom section off. And then I got a bucket over here. We're just gonna throw stuff in, probably throw it in the pan too. Well, that's gonna be good. Let's run out of time lapse. And let's get rolling. So far so good. It's funny because I recognize some of these components. They're in different locations though, so I'm assuming this is a servo. That's what the servo looks like at the Power Glide. It's my parking paw. You know, we had electronics there. I couldn't figure out how to get that one clip off, so we took the whole thing out and then I figured out how to get the clip off. Obviously this is our valve body. And all in all, it's, I don't know, it's not terribly scary. There's a bunch of little check balls. I just took them all out. We put them here. I think they use like different ones instead of the metal ones. I don't know if we're gonna get crazy changing all that stuff out, but hopefully in the book, obviously they tell you where they go, but it looks like they have little indents. Like it's not that hard to figure it out. And then I think this is like an accumulator or something like that. Not 100% sure. So working on getting this guy out. It looks like it threads in, like this piece threads in. So I don't want to mess anything up or force anything, but it also looks like there's a pin. So I don't know. We'll mess with that. I'm going to try to just twist this guy and give it the old heave-ho. And then everything in here looks pretty good, except there's this guy and then that guy will have to get out of here. So we'll take those out and then maybe we could pull the tail shaft off and start working on getting this pump out of here. And then I think it's like the other ones where you just take this out and then I'm not sure if you smack it in here. Yeah, I don't know where you smack the thing. I got a little slide hammer deal, so maybe we'll try that. But yeah, let's keep rolling. I don't know if this has provisions to pull on it, so let me keep on motivating. Let's get this off and we'll keep rolling. All right, we got the pump out. This is the
pump gasket that seals it in. So there's a spot right here. If you move the parking paw, you can just give it a little whack with a screwdriver like you saw me do. And then this first set of clutches here, I know from watching stuff on these, like I said, I believe that's your overdrive. So I think this is what kicks in the lockup. I'm sorry. I think these engage the lockup. Hell, I don't know what I'm talking about. So this is either overdrive or lockup. Because one of these pushes on the lockup, that's the disc that's in the converter. But yeah, I think this is your overdrive, is way out here. So there's the pump. The planetary stuck to it. I got to figure out how to get this off. I didn't really mess with it too bad. But we'll take this off and look at the planetary stuff. And then I believe this is the dude I'm after. I'll have to talk to Ryan, but I think the pump... Ooh, little Teflon ring, guys. I don't think these came stock with Teflon, which is not good. I bet those are supposed to be metal. So I'll have to ask Ryan about that. Because if somebody's been in here, it's not good in my opinion, because from what I understand, people don't really know what they're doing. Yeah, case in point here. But we'll keep digging into it. But yeah, I don't know if those are Teflon, but maybe, because that's a later model thing. So hopefully, everything else, you know, this thing kind of has some stuff on it, but it's not bad. But then this gasket leads me to believe that that's not stock. But I don't know. I've never been in one of these. I think this transmission's like 97 as well. So let me see if I can keep pulling the rest of the guts out. We'll take these guys out here, and I think that'll let that come out. Oh, and the other thing that I do know, just from watching videos and stuff, is you got to take this dude out because it goes into the back, and I know that from changing fittings out. So this will keep you from sliding all this stuff out too. So it's time lapse and more. Get the rest of the guts out of here. Maybe we can open some of the clutch packs and stuff. We can look at those. So I am well versed enough to look at that and go, it looks good. So I looked at these already. They look old and warm, but there's no bluing. It doesn't look like there's a bunch of heat. They look pretty standard issue stuff to me. I don't really see anything for concern other than age, you know. So we'll keep on digging around and we'll see how we go. Ta-da! All right, there is an empty case minus a parking paw. But I figure I don't have to, I mean, technically, I'll have to figure out how to take this off, I guess, because there's a seal here. I'd hate to put this thing together and have that seal leak because I don't want to deal with it. So we will figure out how to do that, but I want to get all the fluid out of this thing, and then it's much lighter now that it doesn't have guts in it. But man, this thing just kept puking guts out. So we've got two different bands, right? So I got this band here, I got this guy. Each one of these I'm gonna have to look through because they seem like planetary, so I think this one and this one have clutches in it. So let me figure out which one's which, and we'll open it. See, here's a snap ring, so we'll open this one and we'll kind of spread them out, look at them, and then we'll set it back in place so I can keep track of stuff. And then same with that. But I don't know if this thing has been gone through or not. So like this yellow plastic part tells me that it's probably OG, but I'm not for certain, so we're gonna have to talk to Ryan. But yeah, all in all, this thing looks, from my amateur eyeballs, looks decent. So I'll bring you guys back. We're not gonna time lapse, but I'll pull this apart and we'll see what the clutch look like. Like I said, I believe these are overdrive. And then the other stack I pulled out, these guys, I believe this is reverse. So I can mic them to see what we're at spec-wise. But yeah, let me just, here, I'll just grab the top one so we don't mix stuff up one-handed. But there's no material embedded in them. So I could mic these and see what they mic out at. But yeah, because there's going to be a spec. These will be a certain size. So, and then again, no bluing. I'll have to, like sift through all these things, and you know, there's material on stuff, but ultimately it doesn't, you know, it doesn't look like it took some major heat or nothing like that. I'd imagine the transmission in the Bago is not going to look this clean. So let me organize a little bit, and we'll pop a couple of these and we'll look at the clutches, but I'm hoping they just kind of look like these, and then we should be kind of good to go. Maybe I can mic them and we'll let you guys know what, or measure them. I got a little micrometer thing deal. We'll let you know what we think, and then I will refer to the big boss man, and we'll get back to you guys. But yeah, I think this is pretty much the thing. I just got to send this pump. Oh, I got to figure out how to get this. Get my planetary off this. Then I don't know if there's anything inside that, so we'll figure out how to get that apart too. But yeah, I'll send my pump out, valve body, and life should be good. So yeah, there's quite a bit of parts, and typically, like with the Power Glide, I was really afraid, so I kept like everything in really good order. We kind of willy-nilly'd it. I'm going to keep the stacks together, and then I'll go through each one and clean it and build it and do all the stuff I need to do. And then apparently I'm going to have to put this together and take it apart multiple times to measure the play between each section and stuff. Again, this is way more involved in a Power Glide, so if it's your first transmission, this probably isn't the good one for you. The Power Glide's probably going to be your jam, but this depends on your setup and all your stuff. So we'll dig in these clutches. We'll get this thing wrapped. I'll let you know, how we feel about the rest of this thing. All right, so this is as far as we've got for today. I took stuff even further apart, and then I was wrong. Those 4 big clutches on the front, that should be overdrive, and then these guys in here, I believe. Without consulting the internet, I'm guessing wild, but these I think are your lockup clutches because there's only 3 little guys in there. So I think this is what pushes the clutches inside the converter. And then the big boys on the front, that was overdrive. So yeah, all in all, it looks like there's like maybe a little bit of rust on this guy, like it sat out, and I did get it, it was outside. I don't think it was outside very long, but for the most part, from amateur hour over here, everything looks fairly good to me, so I will kind of dig into it a little bit more as we go and just really kind of triple check stuff. Ryan gave me some specific stuff to look at. He's been really cool about kind of going back and forth with me a little bit here, because I was like, what do you want me to look at? Because I need to inspect stuff, so if he has to send me stuff. But again, we're shipping the pump out and then the valve body, so I got to break this down further. I don't think he wants solenoids and all the junk on there, and we'll kind of clean it up so it's not so leaky, and we'll wrap it in plastic. But we'll ship him this guy and that guy. I got to see how far he wants me to break them down, but I think I can just leave it kind of like that. I think we're good. And then what I can do is I can kind of start going through the book and then really like pull these all apart. I've looked at all the clutches. A couple of them look like they're delaminating. He said it was from water. That was my assumption as well. So these clutches in here need to be replaced, and I think majority of them, man, I think I'm just going to go ahead and just put clutches in it. It doesn't make sense to not do it, because if we can nail this in one shot, it will just live in the Bago unless we approach it doing another burnout. But we're not going to, right, guys? We're going to nail it. It's going to have more clamping force. The tire is going to be the weak link, and we're going to do a burnout and ride off into the sunset like heroes. And I'm going to have a spotter this time. It was funny, John stopped by earlier. He's like, man, you should have called me. So I am calling you, John. So next time we go, I know it's going to be some crappy times, so I'm going to apologize now. It'll be super early. But he can spot it, and we'll whack the thing. And if it's making noise and it's not going, he can just tell me to kill it, so I don't just stay on it and kind of wait for it to unload. And then if we got to do some trickery to get that thing to do a burnout so we can get the picture, we will. I want to do it the right way, which is you put the damn thing in some liquid, you get her to spin, and you do a smoky burnout. And it did it before, so I really think we can do it again. I don't really want to get onto like trickery to make the picture happen, but this is Hollywood, right? We got to make it happen because we need the pictures. We got to get this thing done. So you guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, click the chicken. Till next time, I won't keep confusing myself. I'm out.